The call came at 6:12 a.m. No greeting, just breathing on the other end. I stood in the kitchen, the city still dark, coffee untouched. My phone vibrated again. Then a message. They're locked out. 3 words, no sender name. I already knew what it meant. The servers, the software, the thing that kept the lights on. I looked at my reflection in the black glass of the window. Calm face, steady eyes, a man who had already finished grieving. Yesterday he had laughed at me, pressed a crisp $100 bill into my palm like a joke that went on too long. This is your actual value. The memory didn't sting anymore. It settled, dense, useful. Outside, sirens cut through the morning. Somewhere across town, a building full of people were discovering silence where numbers used to live. I deleted the message. The coffee went cold. I smiled for the first time in weeks and whispered to no one, "Good, let it begin." I built the software in our spare bedroom while my wife slept, while her father's company hemorrhaged money and pride. 40 years of legacy collapsing under bad decisions and worse math. I offered help. He offered access. For a year, I didn't sleep. I redesigned their entire operational spine. Automation, predictive modeling, proprietary design logic that turned waste into margin. $370 million in profit. He called it family success. Then came the birthday. 16 candles. Cameras, applause. He stood there, hand on his son's shoulder, and announced the transfer. The entire company. No mention of me, not a thank you, not a glance. When I asked him why, later, alone in his office, he laughed. A dry sound, educated, cruel. Blood matters, he said. Then the $100. That night, my wife avoided my eyes. Her silence told me everything her mouth wouldn't. She had known. She had agreed. Betrayal isn't loud. It's the quiet decision to let someone believe they matter. I didn't argue. I documented. I reviewed contracts I'd written myself, the clauses he skimmed past, the kill switches disguised as redundancies, the dependencies no one but me understood. I watched my wife pack for a visit to her parents and take documents she thought I wouldn't notice. I noticed everything. The software wasn't theirs, not really. It was a living system that recognized its creator. Every update, every patch, every optimization looped back to a core authentication protocol. Me. I waited, smiled at dinners, kissed her cheek, let them think I was small enough to forget. The company went public about its growth, interviews, headlines. No one asked how. The night before the lockout, I pushed a final update, a gift, graceful, legal, irrevocable. I slept like a child. They called me into the boardroom at noon. Panic makes rich men sweat the same as poor ones. Her father slammed a printed error log on the table. Fix it. I slid a folder across instead. My name, my patents, my ownership. He flipped pages too fast, hands shaking. "This isn't possible," he said. "It is," I replied. One sentence, calm, surgical. My wife cried. Not for me, for the future evaporating in real time. He finally understood. The software didn't fail. It obeyed. "I built it," I said. "You rented my silence." He begged, promised equity, apologies, family. I stood. "You taught me value," I said. I listened. I transferred the system to a holding company, sold the rights back to them for pennies on the dollar. Then I walked away. No shouting, no satisfaction on my face, just absence, the kind that doesn't heal. I moved cities, changed numbers, burned bridges without fire. Sometimes I think about that $100. It's framed on my wall now, a reminder. People reveal who they are when they think you're powerless. I learned, I adapted, and when they arrived at work that morning expecting obedience, they found nothing left to own, not even me.